It is February 28th, 2024, and I have a few best bets for you on this Wednesday card slate. Let's dive into it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as we just try to get to the bag together and make some money. Yesterday, 2-2 on the channel, split day. It's been a cold February, I can't lie. I'm not the only person out here who's been struggling. There have been handicappers on Twitter, YouTube, all across the board who have been dealing with these very sharp books in the month of February. If you've been cashing in and making money, shoot, drop a comment, let me know so this way I can tell you. But yesterday was another 50-50 day for us. We cashed on Syracuse money line. They handled business at home against Virginia Tech. We also cashed on the Knicks and Pelicans under. Listen, you guys got great value. That's why you got to tap into the channel early and make sure you're part of the Discord groups that gave this pick out at 219.5, 218.5, 220. And guess what? By the time the game time happened, the line was all the way down to 213, 214, 212 on certain books. Jalen Brunson being ruled out was a big help for that, but no sweat bet there on that under. We did lose our Precious Achiuwa's rebounds, which was kind of shocking considering the fact that Hartenstein didn't play and that game went under. And then we also lost on our money line parlay with Mississippi State and Kansas. Don't even get me started on Mississippi State, man. They completely blew that game. And then Kansas, I don't know what they had going on. 6-point, 7-point, 8-point favorites lost there. 2-2 on the day. Month of February, we're still over 542 and 36 right now on the channel. So doing all right, we're profitable, but we want to do a whole lot better. You guys know us. We strive for excellence over here at DYF Bet. So it's a little bit of a down month. Hopefully we have a few more days to turn it around today. Let's dive into these best bets. Smash that like and subscribe button for me, and let's get into these winners. Not gonna lie to you guys, we actually recorded this video already and something happened with the recording, so I'm gonna go a little bit faster in this kind of segment of it than I did in the first recording. So our first best bet of the day, we are gonna go with some plus money value here. A team that we've been taking here on the channel pretty often this year because they've been absolutely on fire in the ACC, and we're gonna go with Virginia over Boston College today. We're going to take them on the money line plus 105 odds. Now, the reason for my analysis on this one is very simple. I like Virginia in this spot against a Boston College team that's truthfully been struggling. Now, Virginia has been struggling themselves after starting off the conference play in 10-3 record. They've dropped 3 of their last 4, including back-to-back losses against Virginia Tech and North Carolina. But let's break down both of those losses. Virginia Tech was on the road, in-state rivalry, makes sense. Virginia Tech also shoots a ton of threes, and that's what Virginia kind of tries to stop you from doing. But if you do hit threes on this team, that is how you beat them. So that's exactly how they won that game. And then North Carolina in their last matchup, they only scored 54 points. The problem with Virginia is they only scored 44 points. But most times if Virginia is holding an opponent under 60 points, they're going to win that game, especially at home. But that kind of shows you how strong North Carolina is as a program. But I guarantee you that Boston College does not have the offense that North Carolina has. Now, Boston College does have a strong offense, ranked 56 offensive efficiency. But the problem with this team lies on the defensive side of the ball. Ranked 141 in defensive efficiency. This team has lost back-to-back games against Florida State and NC State. So 2 teams that are not just really that good in the conference. They're 6-10 in conference play, Boston College is, and they've lost 4 of their last 6 games. So something has to give between these 2 teams. And the reason why I'm leading with Virginia here is not only do they have the better defense against what Boston College does good, which is their offense, and I got to lean with the better defense here. Virginia ranked 9th in defensive efficiency, so one of the best defenses in the entire country. But Virginia also just has a lot more to play for at this time of the season. Virginia, right now, they're 3rd in the ACC. And after dropping 3 of their last 4 games, they went from 10-3 in conference to 11-6 in conference. So now they have to contend with Duke for that 2nd place in the conference, and then also make sure that they don't fall to 4th or 5th in the conference. Meanwhile, Boston College is at the bottom half of the conference. They don't really have too much left to play for. I mean, if they win out, they might have an at-large opportunity, but I think all at-large opportunities for this Boston College team has gone out the door at this point. So for me, I'm just going to lean with Virginia here. They have a lot more to play for at this point in the season. And then also keep in mind what Boston College likes to do is get the ball to their big center, their 7-footer Quentin Post. He can kill you any type of way, inside, outside. He can put the ball on the floor and dribble it. But the thing is, Virginia, they have one of the best 2-point defenses in all of college basketball. Ranked 18th in 2-point field goal percentage on the defensive side. I feel like defensively, Virginia is taking away what Boston College likes to do best. The fact that Boston College doesn't have a strong defense means that it's going to be easier for Virginia offense that struggles on the offensive side of the ball to score some points today. I know it's a road game. I know what's been like taking road favorites, but truthfully, what's worked in college basketball at this point? We've seen home favorites lose. We saw that with Kansas and Colorado State yesterday. I like the value that we're getting against a Boston College team that's nowhere near as good as this team, and I think that Virginia should handle business on the road today. Now, for our second best bet of the day, we're going to go to the NBA slate here, and I'm going to go with two teams, and I have to shout out for Matt Perrault from the Daily Juice Show. I don't know if you guys watch that on Betting Pros on YouTube or on Spotify, but he gave out a pretty good angle today that I've actually been noticing, but I didn't know the exact trend or the numbers behind it, but he mentioned it in today's show. We exploited it yesterday for a winner, and I want to do the same exact thing today. So what's that angle? Yesterday, in the NBA, unders went 10-1 yesterday in the NBA. Unders did. Since the All-Star break, games have gone 38, 21, and 1 to the under. That is a 76% hit rate to the under. So let's go with the Los Angeles Lakers and Los Angeles Clippers. We're going to go under 236 minus 115 odds. Now, the reason why I like the under in this matchup is the fact that, one, these teams have played 3 times this year, so they're familiar with each other. They have gone over in 2 of the 3 matchups, but it's a little bit of different a scenario in this matchup than in the other scenarios. First and foremost, we don't even know who's playing for the Lakers. It's like every day this lineup is different, who's available and who's not. LeBron is questionable today with the ankle injury. Seems like every game at this point he's pretty much questionable, so I don't even know if he's playing. But I'm not really worried about the Lakers side of the ball. I'm more concerned about the Clippers side of the ball. Paul George, he's more than likely going to be ruled out for tonight's game. He missed last game with knee soreness, and I expect the same thing to happen again today. But Paul George has been dealing with some injuries for a good little bit at this point. He suffered a groin injury in late January, and he has been playing through it, but this high-powered offense that we saw back in December, back in early January, has taken a hit because he's not been at 100%. This offense literally went from being ranked first in the NBA with the big 3 of Kawhi, PG, and Harden. Now this team is shooting less than 35% from the three-point line, which ranks 27th in the NBA. And they're also putting up about 110 points per 100 possessions over the last 7 games, which is not very good on the offensive side. It's really hard to take it over in the NBA in general if you're not hitting three-pointers. And the fact that this team is ranked in the bottom 5 in all of NBA in three-pointers made, and one of your best three-point shooters in Paul George is missing this matchup more than likely, I just think that this game has to go under today. And then again, because of the numbers, because of the trend, both of these teams have also been under teams at home this year as well. They've gone under in 4 of the last 5 games, both of these teams have. And then the Clippers are 10, 16, and 1 to the under at home. Meanwhile, the Lakers are 11 and 19 to the under at home. So I get it. The Lakers are the whole away team in this matchup. I get that. But I mean, it's basically a home game. The game's at Staples Center. Both of these teams are right there in Los Angeles. No travel or anything. Consider it, home game for the Lakers today. So all the numbers for me, the trends have been saying take the under. Because of the injury news to Paul George and the trend towards the under, I think that this matchup goes under today between these two blue blood programs. And we've probably been seeing a lot more unders in the NBA just because of what's at stake now with playoffs on the line, seeding, play-in tournament opportunities, or the chance to not play in the play-in tournament. So I feel like this is going to be a game that both of these teams get up for. I do lean the Clippers to cover the 3-point number, but I'm just going to go with the under 236. 235.5 is playable as well as our second best bet of the day. Now for our third and final best bet of the day, I'm going to go with the money line parlay, 2-team steam. If this misses, I promise you I'm going to take a few days off of 2-team steams because they've definitely been hurting us. I mean, I'm not even going to get into Mississippi State. That just hurts my soul just thinking about Mississippi State and how they blew that game yesterday. But 2 teams that I expect to get it done today because they have a lot to play for is we're going to take Texas A&M on the money line, UAB on the money line. Parlay those two get together, you get to minus 108 odds, okay? They're 15 and 12 on the year. They're 6 and 8 in conference play. They've lost 4 straight games. You're absolutely right. But we were on this Texas A&M team a few weeks ago when they played Tennessee at home. They won that game 85-69. The reason why we loved the A&M in that matchup was because of what was at stake for this A&M team. If there is a coach in college basketball who can get his team up ready to play for big key situations and spots, it's Buzz Williams. I mean, we saw A&M make it all the way to the SEC championship game last year. I would not be surprised if they do the same thing this year, but A&M is in that spot similar to what they were in last year where they have to win this game. After they beat Tennessee in that matchup on February the 10th, they went on the road to Vanderbilt, lost that game on a buzzer beater. They went then on the road to Alabama, lost that game pretty easily. Then they lost at Arkansas at home, which was a huge loss for them. They've lost to Arkansas twice this year. Arkansas is a team that has like 4 conference wins. How do you lose to them twice? And then they lost on the road to Tennessee on Saturday. So that's 4 straight losses for this A&M team. And now they have to play South Carolina at home, who's currently in a kind of a little bit of a funk themselves after starting off conference 9-2. They've lost 2 of their last 3. And now they have to come on the road to a very tough place to play in Texas A&M in College Station. And I think that this matchup just benefits A&M because of what is at stake. They have to win this game. And I know we've said that before. I know I've mentioned that to a few other teams, but the reason why Texas A&M cannot afford to lose this game, because this is a resume boosting win. They pick up a home win against South Carolina for a team that's basically a lock in the NCAA tournament at this point, then this is going to be meaningful for their resume. And then when you look at who else they have left in the year, they've got on the road at Georgia, on the road at Ole Miss, and then they play Mississippi State at home. You win 2 of these 4 last games, 3 of these last 4 games, you go into the SEC tournament and you win 2 games, they're right there on that bubble, but they have strong consideration considering the fact they're in the SEC. Now, both of these teams do play slow, so because of that, I want to give the advantage to Texas A&M because they are at home, and the fact that they rebound the ball so well on the offensive side of the ball. Now, they can't shoot for shit. They're god-awful in terms of shooting, ranked 352nd, which is bottom 20 in all of college basketball in effective field goal percentage, but they're the #1 team in college basketball on offensive rebound. They grab an offensive rebound on 43% of their offensive shots or possessions. I absolutely love that. I think that could be the differentiator here for a South Carolina team that has struggled away from home. We saw them lose to Auburn on the road. We saw them lose to Alabama on the road. Now they're in that tougher part of their conference schedule because closing out, they've got Texas A&M today, then they've got Florida on Saturday, they've got Tennessee on next Wednesday, and then they close out at Mississippi State. So this is a big game for South Carolina as well. Don't get me wrong, but South Carolina could easily lose their next 4 games and go from 10-4 in conference to 10-8 in conference. Not going to say that's going to happen necessarily, but I think this is a matchup for Texas A&M where they have to win this matchup here today. They have the better offense, even though they can't score as well. South Carolina does edge them out a little bit in the defensive numbers, but I think that the fact that they are home today should get us over the hump. Ken Palm has a 2-point win for Texas A&M, so give me Texas A&M on the money line as the first leg of the parlay. Now, for our second leg of the parlay, we've got UAB at home today against Wichita State. Wichita State has been an instant fade this year in the American Conference. 3-12 in conference play. They absolutely suck. The only wins that they picked up were against the bottom teams in the conference, Tulsa, UTSA, and they beat SMU at home earlier in conference play, which was kind of a big shocking win for them. But for me, UAB is right there in contention with what's going on in the American Athletic Conference. Let me break down what's going on. USF, #1 team in the conference, 14-1. #2 in conference is Florida Atlantic. They're 11-4. Then you've got Charlotte, 3rd, 11-4. Then you've got UAB, 4th, 10-4. Then you've got SMU, 5th at 10-5. And then right after them, you got Memphis at 9-6. So there's a lot at stake for UAB because they literally have a game in hand on Florida Atlantic and Charlotte. They win tonight. There's a 3-way tie for second place at 11-4 now as we go down the back stretch of the season. That's really big for a Blazers team that is looking to really secure that #2 seed in the conference and basically secure their way into the NCAA tournament with an at-large bid just in case they don't win the conference tournament. Now, UAB is a really good team, especially on the offensive side of the ball, ranked 85th in offensive efficiency, and I have no reason they cannot handle a Wichita State team that absolutely sucks at scoring the ball. Ranked 230th in offensive efficiency is Wichita State, and if this one becomes a shootout, then I'm going to go with the better offense. at home. Wichita State is decent on the defensive side of the ball, but they give up a lot of free throws, and that's exactly what UAB likes to do. Get to the free throw line. Ken Palm has this as a 7-point win for UAB, so I'm not overthinking it. Just give me UAB on the money line, as they have a lot to play for with the conference standings right there. If they lose this game, they can literally go from 4th all the way down to like 6th. But they have that game in hand, so they want to take advantage of that. And then also give me Texas A&M, as they have a lot to play for down the stretch. Well, that's it for me today, my friends. 3 best bets, 3 winners that are coming your way on this Wednesday card. Give me Virginia on the money line at plus money. Can't beat that. Give me the Lakers and Clippers, and let's ride that under trend in the NBA. And then also give me that 2-team steam between Texas A&M and UAB. 2 teams that are at home as favorites who should get it done on the money line today. If you want more of my picks and plays and other best bets I'm dropping throughout the day, click the link in the description. Join the free Discord group so this way you can get those winners. Can't wait to see you guys cash in and make some money. As always, dictate your fate. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Later, gang.